Hey guys, DaBoki here. It is a great day for Maplestory. Our voices have been heard and it reached the higher ups and they made a change to the New Age update that's coming out here for GMS. And I am, first of all, just want to say super proud and happy for the community. You guys did some great work raising the voices, raising the awareness to make some changes happen. And I just want to also say thank you to Maplestory's side for the hard work they put in to listen to us and try to make a change happen. And I know it's not easy to go back on something and to apologize about some of the mistakes that they made, but I will go ahead and get into this memo. But first, I just want to talk about the high levels on what the changes are. If you guys missed it, I would advise you to check out my previous video on the main issue that was arising. They implemented a Soul Erda cap into GMS and Maple C that did not exist in Maple KMS. So here they have stated that they are going to remove the cap completely. So there will be no more Soul Erda cap on Maplestory GMS. And the second part is they are not planning to release the Soul Erda booster, which was that paywall. That was the solution to our problem. So these are very big wins, in my opinion, for Maplestory moving forward. I know there's still some issues that are hanging around with Maplestory and the New Age update. The Frenzy Totem, I'm really not familiar with this. I apologize for the regular server players. I heard a lot of talk around the Frenzy Totem, but I don't play the regular server, so I'm not familiar with the issues around this. But we will take the wins where we can, because I do believe every win is a step in the right direction and it's to make things better. So I do want to talk a little bit about Maple C, because Maple C was encountering the same issues that Maple GMS has with the Soul Erda cap, getting different updates in Korean Maplestory. So Maple C actually has a little bit of a different change, but their change I believe is still good. Their cap is now being updated to 30,000, which people were doing the math and calculating it, and it would take probably 20 plus hours a day to reach that cap limit. So you can kind of see it as an unlimited cap, but Maple C still does have a 30,000 cap for their Soul Erda energy, which should be hopefully enough for the majority of the population to farm freely as they will. Maplestory does have to be careful with their wording, because they are a company, of course. They can't just outright say that they were in the wrong, because they had a plan, and we have to respect that as well, as they were trying to look out for what would be the most successful. Obviously, they don't want to be terrorizing themselves and putting themselves in a bad spot. That wasn't their intention. I think you guys can read this on your own, but to sum it up, they were trying to say things like, we wish to lower the burden that our players might feel regarding playtime and increase the accessibility for casual players by distributing the Soul Erda energy and Soul Erda fragments through the daily quests. They were trying to make things a bit more early game friendly, maybe newer and casual player friendly regarding this daily, making Maplestory a more daily game, because of course Maplestory can be overwhelming, and trying to see everything and seeing the full grind of things, it could be discouraging, is maybe what they thought. And I understand that aspect of it, but I think coming into an MMO and seeing hard limits and the daily caps is already discouraging, and not being able to play freely is just, it doesn't feel good. So I think this is a big learning point that Maplestory has taken in, and they have hopefully learned from this event and can move forward with some better updates and being more transparent. Another thing is just communicating better. I think Maplestory has an issue in the past of just not being transparent enough with their full intentions and what they're trying to release. Before, we did have a few issues arise, but it didn't make, I don't think, as big of noise as this one. And this is a pretty big glaring issue that Maplestory is now understanding, hopefully, that in the future updates they can be just more transparent with us, talk with us. Because like I said before in my previous video, this is a relationship. And with the relationships, we need to treat it like one. And I think communication is the foundation of every strong relationship. You want to build that communication up. And I've heard so many relationships failing just due to the lack of communication. There's so much misunderstanding that happens, and we're trying to fill in the gaps, which causes issues like this. So we need to be told more things, and I understand when there's a lot of NDA and things that aren't ready to be released yet, trying to do some sort of marketing thing with it, or maybe even not sure the direction quite yet, even on Maplestory's side. But I just ask that we can get in a better state of communicating with each other to avoid these conflicts and issues. So yeah, guys, we did it. We spoke up and we made a change. So you should pat yourselves on the back and feel proud that you are trying to save something that you love, something that you want to see succeed, and kind of see it go in a better direction, because this is definitely a big step forward in a better direction. Like I said, I know that there's still issues that are happening revolving around Maplestory itself, but we'll take one win at a time. So me personally, I am very excited for the New Age update still. I will be playing it. I will be covering content around it. I know people have been hurt different ways by Maplestory, and we all are on different stances regarding Maple. But for you guys that are still willing to stand up and play the game that we love here, Maplestory, I hope you guys will enjoy the New Age update. I truly believe that this is a new age for Maplestory. This is something that is paving the road for future Maple, and I think it is setting the direction. It's changing courses on how Maplestory is feeling like they're able to behave and how they're able to push out their updates. They need to be a little bit more considerate to the community, and I think this is a new age for Maple. Thank you so much for watching, listening, ladies and gentlemen. I will try not to make too many of these sorts of videos, but I just wanted to share the win with all of you guys. Much love, one love. This has been DaBoki, and I'll be seeing you guys later. Goodbye.